Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's plan with me, we are gonna be creating some floating shelves in our spread to decorate with some really cute and pretty succulent stickers. So let's get started. And for the succulents and some other decorative stickers, we're gonna be using a few of the Happy Planner sticker books. Mainly the ones that you can see right now in the screen, like those seasonal sticker books and a color story as well. And to start with my spread, I actually started with some washi tape from Target, from the Target dollar spot, which is a beautiful gold foiled scalloped washi tape that I got years ago, and I still have a bit left, so I used it in the top line of my pages. At first, I decided to skip the sidebar, but later on you will see that I ended up extending that washi tape all the way through the sidebar. Of course, if I had known, I would have done it all at once. And I chose this particular washi tape because this is gonna be like a wall in a house, and it kinda looks like either a wall mold or a little curtain. It is not a window, I know, but I still think it gives the hint of a curtain, and it doesn't have to make a lot of sense. It is just a spread, so I went with that, and I think it turned out really pretty. And I covered the lines in this spread like I did in one of my April spreads with the flowers. I will link that plan with me at the end of this video for you to check out exactly how I did it and what did I use to cover up those lines. But basically I wanted it to be, again, a house wall, so I wanted it all to look very continuous, very clean. I don't mind the vertical lines because they almost look like wooden plank, at least in my head, so I think they work out for this spread. And to fill in a little more this spread, I wanted to use some full boxes as well. So I took this one with the colorful borders, but they were a little too colorful for me, so I decided to cut the borders a little thinner, for which I used both my paper trimmer and I ended up using my scissors as well. So you can do it however you prefer, or you don't even need to cut it down at all. I can be very picky sometimes, but it would have looked just fine with the thicker border. And all of these full boxes are basically gonna be like frames or posters in my walls. As you can see, here is where I decided I wanted to make the sidebar as part of the rest of the wall, so I decided to extend the washi tape. So I kind of matched it with what I already had down in my page and added just a little piece in there. I didn't want to remove the washi tape that I already had in there because it is a very beautiful washi tape and I do not have much left, so I didn't want to waste it like that. I didn't think it was necessary, so that's what I did. And now I am taking little pieces of a thinner washi tape, which is from the Happy Planner, and I am adding it to that poster. And now I am nailing down my other frame with my gold gel pen from Sakura. Then I cut down some thinner strips of wooden washi tape to add to this other frame, but I wasn't loving it. I don't know if it is because it looks too squared, but I ended up removing it anyhow. That's just an idea that you can implement yourself, or maybe give it a little twist or something, but I didn't love how it was looking in this case, so I ended up just removing it. And we will do something else to that one later on, but for now I am using that same wooden washi tape, also thin strips from it, and that one is from Hobby Lobby. And then I just add the succulents on top of it. As you could probably tell, I was gonna add some candles as well, but they were such that the perspective didn't look right. Some of the candles were gonna end up hanging on the air, so I didn't do that, but instead I used this teacup in the other page on this other floating shelf, and I cut down some other succulents. I cut out the pots from them and I basically planted them in that teacup or coffee cup, and I think that turned out really cute, having these different elements and these different but it adds, like I always say, some dynamic. I don't know if there is a better word for that, but I hope you can see what I mean. And I think it helps with the flow of the spread and everything. It adds interest and balances everything out, you know. And of course, being a coffee lover, I love coffee and everything related to it, so I love adding a hint of it to my spread. And using the same idea of using a different element to add more interest to my spread, I added a pumpkin pie or berry pie, apple pie, whatever we want it to be, to another one of the shelves. Then I finally went back to this frame and I decided what I wanted to add to it. I just added these kind of picture corners or frame corners with my gold gel pen from Sakura that is actually linked in my Amazon store, which is linked in the description of my video as usual. I just wanted to add a little bit of detail to it to make it look a little more finished. Just be aware that you need to let these Sakura gel pens dry completely before you touch them, because otherwise they will smear everywhere very easily. So you just have to be a little careful with them. Other than that, they write beautifully. And this gold in particular that we are using today is a metallic jelly roll pen, which has a beautiful metallic shine to it, which is exactly the look that we are going for today. As you just saw, I am now placing down some washi tape that I cut down in half with my paper trimmer, and this washi tape is from the Happy Planner. And it is from an older tube, so I only found it on Amazon. As you may guess, I do have it in my storefront as well, in case you are also interested. And I just wanted it to look like flower garlands under my floating shelves. Then I took some gold foiled labels from the colorful boxes from the Happy Planner and I placed them all over the place. I wanted them to be like extra frames in there, and that would give me some nice space to write down throughout the week, as well as working as decoration. And to make them look as actual frames and tie everything together, I also added some nails to them, which I just make a dot in the corners of the boxes with my gold gel pen. And in the bigger boxes, I make 2 nails in each corner for some variation. While in the smaller labels, I just make 1 dot in each extreme of the box. Then I took another piece of washi tape to place on top of the whiteout that I had added to cover up the flag in the corner of my page. And I didn't know if I wanted to use icons throughout this week or if I should write randomly in the walls that I just created. So instead, I used a light brown marker from Tombow and a Happy Planner stencil to add some lines to keep the same structure and aesthetic. And that was gonna give me some space to write throughout in the week. I didn't go crazy with those because I knew that I could always go back and draw more lines throughout in the week as needed. I hope you found this plan with me somewhat entertaining. For me personally, creating it was a pretty simple spread to create. It didn't take me too long, but it was still very fun. It was something different and I really enjoyed it. So I really appreciate you watching this video until the end. I hope to see you next time, but until then, take care and stay safe. Bye!